Hey guys, Chris here with How to Tesla. So today, I wanted to give you guys a heads up on a few ways that you can really save a lot of money from supercharging. Now, I supercharge about half the time I travel for work, so I spend quite a bit of money. Now, I've got 41,000 miles on my car, and of that, over 20,000 of it has come from superchargers. Now, according to the Tesla app, my average price per kilowatt hour at superchargers is 34 cents per kilowatt hour. So for over 20,000 miles, it has cost me a grand total of $2,557 that I've spent at superchargers. It's quite a bit of money, but granted, it's way better than what I would have paid for gas at a gas station. So I'm still quite happy with it. However, you can save a ton more money than what I've been able to save. So I'm going to cut and show you how you can find out the price of supercharging based on the hour that you're there. So during their peak hours, they charge quite a bit more money than off-peak hours. And not every supercharger does this. Some charge by the minute while you're charging. Others just do a flat rate regardless of the hour. But a lot of them out there will actually give you a reduced price during off-peak hours. So let me go ahead and show you how to find out the chargers around you and what they charge. So to find out how much you'd pay for supercharging based on the hour that you're there, first you go ahead and you go to your navigation map. Then you're going to hit the little supercharger button, and it's going to pull up all the superchargers that are around. When you select one from the map, you're going to see up here, for instance, this one in Macedonia, Ohio, it's 41 cents per kilowatt hour to charge regardless of the time of day. So that's all day, no matter when you show up, it's going to be 41 cents per kilowatt hour. Now, if we go to this one here in Strongsville, it's 43 cents per hour from 9 a.m. to 11 p.m. But from 11 p.m. to 9 a.m., it's only 14 cents per kilowatt hour. So you're looking at more than a 50% discount for your charging if you go between those hours. Okay, so now that you understand how to find out how much you're going to pay based on the hour that you're there, to give you an idea, with my average being 34 cents per kilowatt hour, if I were able to time it so that I would have consistently went to that 14 cents per kilowatt hour instead of $2,557 spent, it would have only been $1,052. I would have saved over $1,500 had I just went at the most opportune times during the off-peak hours. And on a side note, you'll notice that the off-peak hours are usually like 11 p.m. If you have Tesla insurance, with one of their later updates, they now count it against you if you drive later than 10 p.m. through 4 a.m. So keep that in mind, because although you'll have those as off-peak hours when you go to the superchargers, you might also get dinged on your Tesla insurance, which will actually raise your premium. Unfortunately, I found that out the hard way. My Tesla insurance went up about $20. I do some driving past 10 p.m., and now I'm going to have to be more cognizant of that to try to get my premiums lower. So that's the first big tip on how to save a lot of money at the superchargers. So tip number 2, for those of you who have where you pay by the minute, it's going to be best if you can try and work it so that when you go to the supercharger, you're at 10% or less. Reason being, the supercharging is so powerful that it can damage the battery if it's charging too fast with too much charge in your battery, or at least it degrades the longevity of the battery itself. So what they do at the superchargers is the lower percent of battery that you have left, the faster it'll charge. So if you go there with 10% or less, you're going to get much faster charging. So you're going to get a heck of a lot more charge in your battery in a heck of a lot less time, which is going to save you a heck of a lot of money. And the third way that you can save a ton of money, and I never hear anybody talk about this one, but there's a financial institution out there called M1 Finance. It's a fintech company, so sort of like a PayPal, but they do banking, stock trading, crypto, things like that. They've got a credit card that gives you a list of companies where you get a percent of cash back, and Tesla happens to be 10% cash back. So I get 10% cash back on all my supercharging. I get 10% cash back on my Tesla insurance. I got 10% cash back when I made my deposit on my car. And then anytime I buy any accessories through the Tesla store or the Tesla app, I also get 10% cash back on those. So at the $2,500 that I've spent so far, I've actually received $250 cash back, which with M1 Finance, I just have them automatically buy me Tesla stock with it. So it's kind of a neat little way to DCA, but you can just have it go into your banking account. I mean, however you want to work it. But 10% is really big. Like I remember I got the Ducks Unlimited credit card back in the day when I had a gasoline vehicle, because I could get 5% cash back at all gas stations, which was an absolute huge amount. And at 10%, this is really, really, really nice. And it's something that a lot of people sleep on. There's a $95 a year charge, and that's for your credit card. You get a bunch of other perks and bonuses with that. You get a high yield savings account at 5%. You get different options on your trading windows with the stock brokerage account. You get lower interest rates on any margin or loans that you take out with them. A lot of really cool things. I've been using them for like a year and a half. I love M1 Finance. I'll leave a link in the description if you've never heard of them. Go check it out. As a Tesla owner, if you do a lot of supercharging, it's absolutely worth doing, especially if you have Tesla insurance, because you're going to make way more than that $95 a year just on the cash back from the insurance alone. So it financially makes complete sense. Yeah, so like Dollar General, there's a ton of different places where you also get the 10% cash back. So those are my 3 big tips for saving a ton of money for supercharging. Those of us who are road warriors, traveling all the time, it makes a big difference going from 43 cents per kilowatt hour down to 14 cents per kilowatt hour. I mean, that's a very noticeable difference. If it were like that at gas stations, where it'd be $3 a gallon during peak hours and $1 a gallon during non-peak hours, everybody would be filling up during non-peak hours. It would be absolute pandemonium. And it's really cool that we get to do that as Tesla owners. And not a lot of people realize that that's actually the way that it is. And I'll tell you, 14 cents per kilowatt hour is extremely good. I thought that, getting 10 cents per hour at my home was really good, because I know that's better than what a lot of people get. I was really shocked to find that 14 cents per hour for a supercharger, which is way faster, is absolutely worth the price of admission. So with that, I hope you guys learned something new. Enjoy.